You don't need to get validation from people. Like, have the confidence in yourself, to believe in yourself, to trust in yourself, but then also trust in God. Like, knowing, okay, God created me, so I have purpose. Every single day you wake up, you have purpose, okay? And to show love is how you know you forgiven. So even to yourself or to the next person. I keep telling y'all, obedience is so much better than sacrifice. When we look at struggles, don't look at them as a this is a always. Do not let the hardships change the goodness in your heart. What it do, my babies? It's your girl Mariana, and I am back, y'all, with another video. I hope you guys are doing phenomenal and having a great day or evening, whatever time you guys may be watching this video. Okay, as y'all know, it is your girl's birthday month. So with it being my birthday month, and I am literally about to turn 25 in less than 18 days, I will be 25 years old. Oh my gosh, that kind of just shook me a little bit. Let's really clock some tea here, okay? But with that being said, as y'all can tell already, I'm probably already reading the title of the video. That's what made you click on the video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell first of all. But this video is going to be what I would say to my younger self. So if you are watching this video and you are, I guess I can say, 24 and down, babe, okay? Listen to me. If you are in middle school, high school, like literally this video in your early 20s, I guess. I don't know if I'm even going to be considered still my early 20s now or what, but this video is just basically some advice that I would give my younger self if I could go back and talk to my younger self. So the very first piece of advice that I have for you or whoever, y'all, if y'all watching in a group by yourself, is don't worry about the future. Okay, and I know we are so big on praying and manifesting or whatever you want to say, right? I'm not saying don't dream. I'm not saying don't speak things into existence. I'm not saying don't share the desires of your heart. But actually, let me get this scripture. Yes, I go Bible. I have to. So it's Psalms 37:4, New King James Version. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. So when we are in a season, right, and I'm not going to go podcast on y'all, but I'm just going to give y'all these quick points. When we focus on the Lord, meaning when we do what he asks us to do out of obedience, we have nothing to worry about. That's literally Bible, as I just read. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. In other words, when you obey God, literally your desires become his desires, and he aligns it with his will. So that's the Bible. So if I could go back to myself and give myself that advice, my younger self, oh my gosh, girl, don't worry about it. I know for sure if I would have been obedient, I would be further. And a lot of blessings are not even denied, they're just delayed because we lack obedience. My second point, you do not have to be right. My God, on today. Like, for real, you don't have to be right. You don't have a point to prove. You don't have to prove yourself to no one. That's also in the word, and that's in the book of Psalms, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so when you get to a place when you realize and you understand that sometimes people just won't understand who you are and who you are called to be, you look at life totally differently. So you don't have to argue, and you don't have to prove yourself to people. I feel like that's where a lot of times when we get held up in life too. Do not prove yourself to nobody. Do not prove yourself to no one but God. And even the ones you feel like you have to prove, I'm telling y'all from experience, that is not your job. The people who know you and who are in your life will see your talent, your blessing, your gift, like whatever words you want to use, they will see that. Just do the work. Like, that's the thing about it. If you see it in yourself, that is all that should matter. I feel like, and it's going to kind of go into another thing, you don't need to get validation from people. Like, have the confidence in yourself, to believe in yourself, to trust in yourself, but then also trust in God. Like, knowing, okay, God created me, so I have purpose. Every single day you wake up, you have purpose, okay? So I done said like 2 or 3 other ones, but I'm just saying, like, you don't need validation from man. You won't do anything because you'll always feel like you have to live up to that person's standard. And that's like, we don't realize how we get tied into different things and then we learn certain behaviors being young, of course, because when you're young you don't understand, but as you grow up you look at stuff and be like, man, so that's why I do this, that's why I lack in this area. So it's like you have to unlearn a lot of things. So if you're watching this, please take heed, please take notes. Like when I have my children, like the way I'm going to instill in them so many things and I am learning, babe, live your life the way God calls you to live your life. You don't have to seek so much advice from people, especially when these people are not walking the same path that you are walking. You're going to realize when you get older, you talk to a lot of unhealed people, so they hear differently. Their desires are not your desires. Like, it's so much I can say, but just take that in and literally just think about that, okay? So the third thing that I'm going to say is don't be so hard on yourself. And this one hits me personally. I am like so hard on myself. I am so hard on myself. Well, I was so hard on myself. Now, for sure, it's like the more I'm letting God in, it's like I'm becoming softer. And I think too that explains why like I cry a lot more now, because it ain't so hood. It's more like a laying before God type of thing now. It's not more so like I'm so strong, I'm so strong, I'm so strong. It's like, girl, go sit down, please. But like, that's one thing I would say too to my younger self. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't let others be so hard on you either. Like, for real, you know where you messed up, own the mistake, but that mistake does not make or break you. You know what I'm saying? Well, it helps, actually no, it helps to build you, yes, but it's not who you are. You know what I'm saying? Once you forgive yourself and you move on, let it go, let it go, let it go. I wasted so much time, y'all. I wasted so much time not letting stuff go, holding on to things because I was so hard on myself. Because you don't forgive yourself. You struggle with letting things go because you struggle with forget. It's like, and this is the point of this video. I'm trying to get people to understand, like, when you're in a season of figuring everything out, it's like you keep everything because you want to sort it. No, let it go. Okay? Let it go. Take it from, I'm telling y'all, baby, I'm telling you, let it go. It is not yours, okay? Give it to God and let it go. You feel better. You feel lighter. Like, seriously. Do not be so hard on yourself to the point where you just beat yourself up so bad. Then we reflect that on other people. It's just not, it's not good. It's a very toxic way of living. It's an unhealed way of living. And if you want to be healed, you have to let go of what you cannot control, which is sometimes things in life. Like, you can control what is yours. You can control yourself. But things that happen that you cannot control, we have to learn how to let things go. And even the things that we do, we have to forgive ourselves in order to let it go. So when we realize it starts with self, then we can move forward. We look at things totally different. We sound different. When you do get to 25 or you get to your 20s or shoot 30s, I feel like people in their 30s don't even think the way I think now. Like, I always say, I don't want to be in my 30s and I'm trying to do the work that I'm doing now. Absolutely not. No, I don't want to turn 25 and still have this same mindset of certain things. Like, if I can grow and have a better mindset, absolutely. Because one thing I can say, when you've been in bondage for so long, you just want to break free of anything that is holding you down. And that's literally where I am right now. And that's literally the work that I am doing. So when I say don't be so hard on yourself, I mean that with everything in my body. Like, seriously, because I did it. I lived that. I lived beating myself up so bad to the point where you can't even focus on something else because you're like tormenting yourself. Don't do that. Let it go. Forgive yourself, move on. Forgive others and move on. Seriously. And to show love is how you know you forgiven. So even to yourself or to the next person. My fourth thing is gratitude and love is everything. Loving yourself is absolutely a 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Okay, like, for real, because when you get to a place where you can love on you and you can just really get to know yourself, like, you should love yourself so much to the point where you like, oh man, let me go try this, let me go see if I like this, or let me go try to find a new hobby. Like, it's just like when you loving on yourself and you learning yourself, you just feel like the most freest, and sometimes too it's the best thing because you get to do it like by yourself. I feel like a lot of times we start from childhood that we need friends, we need a boyfriend, we need we need people around us 24/7, and then it's like when you get older and you get in this phase when you don't have it, and I'm speaking from experience, then it's a struggle of why this and why that, but we rely on people so much. So when I say that self-love, I mean it's okay sometimes if you are alone. It's okay to go take yourself out to get something to eat, go to the movies, go to the mall, take a road trip, like whatever you need to do, okay? That's always a part of showing like loving on yourself, knowing who you are, okay? And like when we talk about gratitude, look for the positive things in everything. Do not be a negative person. You should always want to be a light. Like when people see you, they should be excited to see you coming because you are a light, you are positive. Like people should want to call you because they know that you have something positive to say. Not like when you look at things and just more negative light. Like always have that grace, that gratitude, that I don't care what happens, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna work out in my favor. Like whatever you need to say to yourself, like that's just something that you should have, especially as a black woman and a woman period, a black man. Like this stuff I'm saying can go for both, okay? But when you just get to that place, like love really is everything and gratitude really is everything because it makes up your life. Like how you respond is everything in life. So be careful of how you respond. Like it lets you know where you are in life. Like when things come, it lets you know. And when things come up and or people bring up your past, forgive yourself and go on, okay? Move on because you don't want to get stuck. We don't want to be stagnant. We don't want to be, okay, I'm here today, I'm back here. You know, like we have to get to a place where like, no, I did do that. I messed up. Oh, I messed up, but I'm here. I'm ready to move forward. Okay, so love and gratitude is everything. Yes, okay, that's just everything. Like love is just, it's like a hug. It's like a warm blanket by sitting by a cozy fire, like for real. Listening to your favorite music. Yes, literally. Do not be afraid of fear. So lean into it. Like don't be afraid of being afraid, okay? Do it scared. Do it not knowing. That's the point of like success a lot of the times. Like, 'cause you don't know how people gonna respond. You don't know what they're gonna say. You don't know if they're gonna be excited. You don't know if they're gonna be sad. You don't know if they're gonna be happy for you. You don't know if they're gonna be like, girl, no, don't do that. You don't know what you're gonna get. But the fact that you still did it, and like a lot of people don't do things because of fear. So that's why we have a lot of people in the same seats and in the same seasons. But if you want to be that one person that makes it and do something in your family, you have to do it, even if you're scared. So don't be afraid or don't do something because you're scared to do it. Like, and I'm talking about good things, okay? And I'll wait, talking about positive stuff. Don't not go chase your dream because you're scared. Or don't not go to school because you can't afford it and X, Y. Like just do, y'all, if God placed it before you and he said do this, go. I keep telling y'all, obedience is so much better than sacrifice, because the way you get whooped for not obeying then compared to just obeying, and because you obeyed, that God is now blessing you because you obeyed, then to have to go through the stuff, right, because you lacked obedience, then you got to go through it, and then you got to get tested. It's just a lot. So just obey the first time. Lean into the fear. Do not be scared, because it's going to work itself out. The next thing is don't sweat the small stuff. When I say small stuff, I mean majority of everything is small, but then we make it big, okay? So when people show you who they are, boom, cool, love them still. I'm never gonna say don't love them. I'm never gonna say be mean to them. I'm never ever gonna say that, because that's wrong, literally. Because when you don't sweat it, that means it was never able to get that close to you. And that's also too why it says in the word to guard your heart at all times. I feel like we go through heartbreak and things of this sort with certain things because we place people just before God in all areas, and that's the problem. That's why things happen. But also can't blame too many people because, you know, growing up sometimes you wasn't really taught the definition of guarding your heart, which means to just protect, okay? Meaning to keep God the forefront. in all seasons. And when you stay connected with Christ, he shows you things and you see things and you understand them better and differently, okay? But meaning too, like, to break it down in a different term, when things are small and things happen in life, and when you realize things happen, you move differently and you respond differently to things, okay? We rely on people more, and that's the problem. And that's why things just get big and big and big and big and big, okay? And just you don't want to just get that big. You just don't. You just don't, okay? Just let me tell you something, for real. It ain't it at all bad. And this is another thing too I wanted to say. I'm not saying don't cry, but y'all, like, when you can't, and I said this already, but when you can't control things, like, if you do cry, let them tears be the release that you need, and go. When I say go, baby, I mean go, okay? If I could, like, for real, if I can go back to being 20, I say 18. Really, because, like, of course, now anybody could go back to their childhood, they would, but, like, you know, to do stuff different. But I would be so much further. But things like this happen for a reason too. You know, it builds character. It lets you know, like, when you do go through things too and you endure things, it shows you who you once was but who you no longer are, and your heart changes. And you know what though, and this is another piece of advice too, so this is going to be the next thing. Do not let the hardships change the goodness in your heart. I remember going through a time when I was praying, like, God, please, like, you can feel, like, sometimes, like, the anger and the rage, because that's how much we give people control, and we don't realize it. Or you can, like, because of, like, the constant disappointments. Like, I remember asking God, like, God, forgive me for even allowing the emotions to make me want to even have that mindset of changing who I am, changing who you really have called me to be. Because when you go through stuff, it makes you, yes, you get angry, you get upset. I'm not saying you're not having emotions, okay? When I'm saying that when you give control fully over, it's easier, y'all. It is, like, it just is. You become content with, okay, God, I'm gonna let you handle it, and that's it. Like, for real. So no, don't change the goodness of your heart. Don't be like, I'm too nice, or there's no such thing, babe. There's really no such thing when you're showing love. Love is love, okay? And do it willingly, do it openly, doing excited. Like, just do it because you know this is the good thing to do. Like, and it's okay to show love, y'all. It's so okay. Please show love. Actually, like, let someone know that there is a God out here, that God is real. You don't know who you're saving from committing suicide or whatever. If you speak love, like, whatever you do, just show love. So don't sweat the small stuff, because then the enemy just try to come in and change your perspective in it, and that's just a trick, okay? It's gonna be okay. You're gonna come across people who are going to be able to pour back into you when it is time, all of that. But at the time, just do what is required of you, okay? Another thing too that I will tell my younger self, you cannot take back anything you say. So be careful of what you say, even if it's about yourself or what you say to other people. Meaning, don't speak out of emotion, okay? Learn when you are super upset. Okay, right now I should just be quiet. Because sometimes we can speak out of turn and we can say things, and, like, you can literally speak life or death to a person. So being careful of what you say, because you never want to be the reason why someone committed suicide or because they want to cause harm. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be careful, because you want love spoken into you. So speak that to other people. So just being mindful of what you always say out loud. Like, I don't care how mad you get. If you need to take a moment, be like, you know what, right now, I need a moment. I don't think it's best for me to say anything in this moment because I'm irritated. Sometimes you just gotta, sometimes you gotta say it like that, for real. Like, talk your way into a more responsible approach instead of fighting fire with fire, okay? So, and I'm not saying, y'all, and let me be very clear. When I'm saying all of these things, I'm not saying that in the midst it is easy, because it's not. But when you choose to do the right thing, God sees that as well. At the end of the day, my advice to y'all is you really want to be pleasing in his sight. So what I'm saying is the Christ-like way, okay? It is not Mariana 101. Because Mariana 101 done got me into some stuff, so this way is safer and better, it do hurt a little bit. It do. Not even a little bit, a lot of it actually hurt, because you be like, ouch, okay, God, how many more times? You feel me? Sometimes you want to jump in there and be like, oh, okay, you know what? Always speak the positive things. Do not be known as no neck. I'm telling y'all, when you grow up, you don't want people to be like, yeah, she was so negative, she was so nasty, like the worst demeanor ever. Like, people they put some extra. They put some extra emphasis on some stuff. Do you hear me? Like, people will always point out the negative. So that's why it's not good to do things for people, or you get what I'm saying, to please a person. When you doing it because you just know this is who you are, and you know, like, this is what's in your heart, that's something totally different. So you respond different to like the negative, and that's when you learn. And that's how too, like, I learned at an early age, really, like, I knew it, I didn't really follow it, that love is what you do, not what you get back. So when you do things out of love, it won't always be reciprocated. But that's how you know that you really love, that you really want love, that you really like love and care, because you're not worried about it being reciprocated back to you. Okay, so just always look at stuff like that. Don't sit here and worry about what others aren't doing for you, when, especially when you can do it for yourself. Like, thank God, okay, you know what, like, okay, Lord, I thank you that I'm even able to do this for myself. How about that? Like, the last thing that I'm going to leave y'all with for today, and I hope y'all really did enjoy this video, but the last thing y'all is going to be, do not compare yourself to anybody. You are you, they are them. Okay, don't feel like you have to change your life because you feel that someone's life is better than yours. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Live your life the way it's destined to be lived. Don't compare lives. And we've all been guilty of this, okay? I feel like everyone has been guilty of this at some point in their life. I feel that they have. Don't worry about that, because your story is so unique and beautiful in its own way. Embrace it. If you have a hard life growing up, embrace that hard life, because, oh my goodness, the person you are going to be, the person that you are going to be is going to be amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing. What you don't have and what you see others do have, make sure when you do get older, you can get to a place where you work hard for those things. I feel like when we look at struggles, don't look at them as a this is a always. No, this is my now, but this is not my future, okay? Speak things like that. So always speak affirmations. Always show love, y'all. Always, always, always show love. Always be grateful, because God, he sees, he knows our heart. So when you're still able to smile and be grateful even through them hard times, he sees that, y'all. It's not in vain. It is not in vain. It is not in vain. Trust it, believe it, and just know like that everything is gonna work out. So I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. I hope that like y'all received what I said. Well, some things that I would say to my younger self. I hope y'all received it. And let me know some different things that y'all would say to y'all younger selves. Like, what are some things that you would say to yourself? Comment down below and let me know. And I love y'all so much. I really feel like this video was nice. So I hope y'all like it. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all tomorrow.